Hey guys, and welcome back to Mega Man Battle Network 6. Last time it was Exposition Central, so we're going to chill out with a nice shorter part today, although, you know, the short time doesn't mean there'll be less drama, it just means there'll be less time experiencing the drama.
Well, it's pretty much an idea of kind of condensing the maximum amount of drama in the shortest possible amount of time. That's called efficiency, Tom, and I'm a huge fan of that, as you know.
Oh, that's called the Steven Universe design principle. 11 minutes of non-stop singing and crying.
Yeah, all episodes have to be 11 minutes because that's what the kids want these days. Also, tons of comedy, no action. Trust me, I am a marketing genius.
Okay, who did you take on this Mega Man rescue mission here?
I think because when we originally got the call, we were in Skytown. You know, after Mr. Mock said, hey, you know, this is where Mega Man is, I actually just went over and I got a Lek Man because he was pretty close by. Also, I prefer him a lot better than Heat Man. I still don't know why you decided to kind of bum rush all the way back here, but you know what, it's your playthrough, that's fine.
Well, it's not just my playthrough, you're here as well, you're helping.
Well, yes, but you're doing like 80% of the work, I'll admit that.
95 at the very least.
Okay, now, let's not get negotiated over the
110%! Just keeps going up and up and up, there is no limit.
That's theoretically impossible. Only one person can give 100% at one time.
Did he die?
He may have died. You may have killed Heat Man. Good job.
Fade to black, credits. Oh, hey, Colonel.
You really shouldn't have jumped Heat Man.
Yeah, there was meant to be a boss fight there, but he got there too late. His bus wasn't on time.
Well, looks like we're back to everybody's favorite minigame.
Oh, you can tell what's going to happen already?
Well, A, I've played the game before twice. B, I've seen this video already. And C, that music that's playing in the background, I think we all know what this is leading to.
Okay, yeah, we got another round of evil spirit busting.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I mean, like, at the same time, it gives us ample opportunity to talk about other unrelated things.
So we are finally going to talk about the Mega Man Archie comics.
Ah, yes. Again, you'll have to take point on that. You're going to do 110% of the work here.
Well, I'll do what I can, but I gotta be honest with y'all, my kind of speciality when it comes to trivia is like video games and movies and television. Not so much comic books. Like I really like reading comic books, but I wouldn't say I'm like an avid fan. I would say the series I kept up to date the most with was the UK-based Sonic the Comic by Fleetway. I love that, collected pretty much every issue, and it's part of the reason I'm such a mess that I am nowadays. So cheers, Sonic, I guess. You are the answer to all of life's ills.
Yeah, I sort of get that vibe, you know, especially with anything concerning Sonic. Although, Sonic Mania, looking pretty cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, and you know, you got classic Sonic and whatever the fuck the 2017 Super HD Mega Championship Edition game is called, but anyway. Mega Man, the Archie Mega Man, is a comic book series produced by Archie Comics, based on the famous Capcom series Mega Man. It ran for 55 glorious issues before being put on indefinite hiatus in 2015.
Yeah, they say indefinite hiatus. Well, let's all be honest here, kids. It's canceled. And that sucks, because I heard a lot of good things about that comic during its entire run, really. So, yeah, that's a bad thing.
Well, it's mostly due to the fact, you know, comics are a marketing device for the most part, and there's no new Mega Man games coming out.
Yeah, so I never really got why they decided to do, like, a comic series. Because I think what was going on at the time, like, the only games we were getting were
Legends
3, that went well, and Mega Man Universe, that also went well.
Ew, that shitty-looking Super Mario Maker-esque game?
I know, it looked so much like shit, and it was just like basically a fucking Lego version of Mega Man 2, and I'm like, that's really the best you can come up with, guys? Come on, that looks pathetic.
Anyway, the Archie Mega Man comics, written by Ian Flynn, art by Patrick Spazianti. I honestly don't know if that's how you pronounce his second name. I've never heard it said out loud. These guys worked on Archie's Sonic the Comic, which is pretty great, if you're not counting the dark years, of which we will say no more here. Ian Flynn is in charge of the script of most of the issues. Spazianti provides covers and penciling for subsequent issues, working alongside letterer John Workman and colorist Matt Herms. Chad Thomas, who drew a few designs for Archie's pitch to Capcom and provided the variant cover for the first issue, will also be the artist of a future story arc. I'm not sure if that ever came to pass, but we're just going to quickly go over the arcs that were in the comic here, since, let's face it, all we're doing here is taking out brightly coloured bombs from the Final Fantasy series. Arc 1, Let the Games Begin, issues 1 to 4. The first arc is an adaptation of the very first Mega Man game. Funnily enough, Mega Man. It's just basically the plot of the first Mega Man game, so there's not much to say there. Arc 2, Time Keeps Slipping, not to be confused with the Futurama episode of almost the same name.
King Crimson, yeah, there we go.
Oh, Dr. Wily announced a press conference to say that I am a jive sucker.
Pretty much.
This arc features an original story with elements from Mega Man powered up. Dr. Wily is in jail at this point. Federal agents are investigating Dr. Light's connection to the Robot Master incident, and this is where Time Man and Oil Man make their debut. Oil Man is obviously given a bit of a redesign, notably a funky scarf to cover up his massively racial stereotypy lips.
Yeah, we all kind of took a little second pause at that, and I knew that shit would not fly elsewhere, so that's how it is in America, boys and girls.
Arc 3, The Return of Dr. Wily, like a straight adaptation of Mega Man 2, that was pretty fun. Arc 4, Spiritus Ex Machina, an original arc that takes elements from Super Adventure Rockman and Mega Man 3.
I did like how the comic actually, was doing its original art, and Ian found the time to actually kind of take stuff from more obscure Mega Man games and kind of implement them, and I really think from what I've seen, he did a great job of pulling it all together.
He's such a great writer, I'm gonna be honest, he makes the comics so fun to read.
The Ian Flynn stuff I have read, mostly in terms of Sonic, I thought it was, just great. I still have no idea why they adapted Sonic Unleashed super late, but that's just neither here nor there.
Yeah, anyway, Arc 4, an original arc, blah 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 blah. Mega Man must battle against the anti-robot group Emerald Spears while Wily searches the Landfront ruins. Landfront. And discovers Ra Moon, which is a big, supercomputer. Characters from Mega Man 4 like Dr. Cossack, his daughter and Ferryman make their appearances here, along with Archie created Dr. Lalind, I think that's how you pronounce that, and her own Robot Master Quake Woman, real name Tempo. I believe Dr. Light and Dr. Lal, shall we say, they had a bit of a thing in their younger years, and there's a flame still burning, so to speak.
I would imagine, I'm not sure who else Dr. Light would kind of go for, but hey, fellow hot female scientist, alright, science is good for everything, I can say.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, what actually happened in terms of Mega Man 4 pure adaptation wise. I don't think they got past 3, which is a really sad turn of events.
Yeah, when I was checking the article earlier, they only got up to 3, and I think the last bit of it, since they also had to deal with the fallout from the Sonic Mega Man crossovers, Worlds Collide and Worlds Unite, there was a lot of time travel, multi-dimensional shit, and I think at the end, I seem to recall, they were just kind of getting a vision of all the shit that was going to happen but never quite transpired, and I think it was all kind of they were going somewhere with that fucking Xander Payne guy, who I think nobody likes. He's the character I think everybody hates the most.
He's not great. Didn't he turn out to be Mr. X?
I think what they were doing, because the Mr. X, being Dr. Wily thing was super obvious in Mega Man 6, let's be honest, what I think what they were trying to do is they were kind of trying to set up Xander as the one in disguise as Mr. X, so it was a little less obvious, considering the fact he could bop through time and shit like that. That sort of makes sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do actually get to see, the twist of Mega Man 4 at, one point in one of the issues, Dr. Cossack working for Wily because Wily kidnapped his daughter, and so on, but it's kind of rushed. It's not given the same love as 1, 2, and 3, but I'm getting off track here. We're going to rush through the rest of these. Arc 5, Rock of Ages, an original arc comprised of 5 separate stories. You've got Prototype, which is the origin of Blues, aka Proto Man, Construction Derby, which introduces Concrete Man, who is bros with Guts Man, which is amazing.
That's pretty good, yeah, I agree.
Cold Feet, dealing with Guts Man, attempting to help Iceman with Glacier research. I think Iceman developed a crush on Roll or something, which was whatever. Roll with It, which features Roll, Quake Woman, and Splash Woman saving the day from disaster. And the titular Rock of Ages story takes place in the near future and has Wily managing to steal the Time Skimmer and sending Mega Man on an adventure through time. Oh, this is where you see all the different kind of events and such.
Yeah, they got into the time travel stuff a little bit early in Mega Man, which is odd, because I thought they would kind of hold off on that for a while, but hey, that's how it ends.
Arc 6, Breaking Point, an original arc comprised of 4 separate stories. You've got Countdown, where the Emerald Spears come back, giving it all this on New Year's Eve. Second story, Cold Crush. Oh, this is the one where Iceman gets a crush on Roll. It takes place on Valentine's Day. for the bot who has everything, tells the story of Breakman attacking Mega Man on his birthday. This actually leads into Worlds Collide, and the fourth story, The Return, takes place right after the crossover and is a prelude to the new 4-issue story arc. Wow, I'm not even going to have time to cover the rest of this. I'm going to have to go really fast. Arc 7 Blackout, The Curse of Ra Moon, an adaptation of Super Adventure Rockman. Can you just quickly explain what that is for the people who don't know?
It's basically sort of Mega Man's take on a first-person FMV style game, which I believe was on Sega Saturn. Lots of first-person shooting. Mega Man Godians have a horrific ways. It's pretty kind of metal when you think about it, so there you go.
Yeah, so anyway, Ra Moon basically sends out a massive EMP, and you get to see, like, not all of the consequences, but a lot of them, like, someone under the knife. Like, their life support systems go off and such, planes fall out of the sky. It's actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking hardcore when you think of it.
And in this arc, the restored Mega Man 2 Robot Masters and Breakman, join forces to take out the Mega Man 3 Robot Masters. Oh, we'll get to you in a second, Rock, don't you worry. Oh man, there's actually, I guess I'll have to leave you guys to check out the rest, because there's, like, so much more. There's, like, a few more arcs.
Yeah, please be sure to buy the graphic novels, everybody. I mean, it's not going to help, but you may go ahead and do so.
Buy them, or he'll stay in Beast Out mode forever.
This is your fault when you think about it, viewers.
Is this what happens to, like, comic book properties that aren't managed correctly? They get corrupted?
Well, apparently that's what happens to the DC properties when they turn into movies.
Yeah. Nice, by the way. Very subtle, very on point. Last point about the comics, Worlds Collide, I kind of liked. Worlds Unite started great, ended on such a limp note. It was just cameo after cameo, and I didn't really like how it ended. It was very limp.
But we could say that for later, because now it's time for Heatman to show his mettle and take on Mega Man head on.
Oh yeah, cliffhanger time, baby. Let's do this. Bye-bye.